Roldan was a little bit of an exercise. We were surprised that he fell out of the top two, and obviously we're working kind of pick by pick to try to get value for him to trade up. And I think we talked to everybody up until RSL, and it's funny how the relationship thing works. But trades come down to trust a lot of times, and I trust those guys. They trust me, and I think that's why the deal gets done ultimately there. So we were able to get Christian, and gave up some money, but nothing significant. Certainly not relative to the amount we have after selling Yedlin last year. So, but that was definitely a little bit of an adventure because there were about 12 picks there. We kind of didn't know what was going to happen, and would Roldan keep falling? And as he kept falling, we got more and more excited about picking him up and seeing if we could pop in there and grab him. So we were happy we were able to do that. The second pick, Miller, for the kid from Northwestern, was the goalkeeper that we rated most highly. Chicago kid, so near and dear to my heart. He's actually from Jersey, but he played in Chicago. It's good enough. Big kid who we think's got a bright future. He's in Germany right now. We'll see if he comes back or not. But we felt like, given the need for a third goalkeeper, it was a worthwhile risk to take. And we gave up the rights in order to trade back up to get that pick after we had flipped picks. We flipped picks with RSL in addition to giving him money. Took Roldan, then flipped back up and bought New England's pick. And for that we gave up Sean Okoli. But again, if Miller's with us, as we think he will be, or we hope he will be, then we think that's a fair exchange. And then last we took Fisher from New Mexico, which is a position in need for us at right back, having sold Yedlin. You have the player Jerome Mears, who's on his way in, but we really wanted to have more than one player at that position that could potentially be there full time. So we wanted to give him a run. I think it's, you have some risk in Miller in terms of whether or not he comes back, but I think long term that's a good investment for us. You hope everybody makes the team. Clearly Roldan's on a guaranteed contract. He will. Fisher, I think, is a good candidate for us too in the event that he doesn't make the first team. So we're kind of building two teams as we go here.
Cool. Obviously, you're relatively new to the club. You've been with us for about 10 days, 2 weeks ish. Yeah. How do you see you see that those 10 days gone for you, and how do you see the kind of offseason coming together for the Sounders this year?
It's been a really cool group. I've been very welcoming and worked well together during this. This is kind of a crucible, so it's kind of a cool week to come in because you're around each other all day, basically 24/7 for 8 days in a row. And it's pretty grueling and pretty exhausting. And you saw with the movement we did, we literally were moving all over the board for the whole draft. And so I thought we communicated very well through that process, especially in a pretty high-stress environment. I think that bodes very, very well for the future in terms of our working relationship. I thought we made good decisions collectively considering the different viewpoints, and that's the thing that was important to me coming in, is that we're analytical and we're methodical in our thinking. We had a plan coming in and we followed it. And yet we were able to tweak it a little bit to get value where we saw value. So I really think we did a good job collectively in doing that. I'll be equally grateful not to see those guys for at least a day or two at the end of this whole thing.
So preseason's up next. Obviously it starts next weekend. The trips. What's next for the roster? Where do you see your kind of influence going over these next few weeks here?
We got to go to preseason now. We got to see what we have. I mean, the truth is that the staff is more familiar with the homegrown players that we have than I am, and they're more familiar with Christian Roldan than I am. And that's a good thing. This is a staff that's had a lot of success, and again, as we kind of put our heads together, we'll do everything collectively going forward. Certainly, it's at Sounders, and we are a team that's pretty well established at this point, pretty well put together, and so I think. I'd repeat what I said, when I first talked to everybody, and just say, I'm listening right now, and I'm learning, and I'm seeing how things have been done here, and trying to add how we did things at RSL, and then trying to blend those two things together and try to get the best possible outcome. So, again, I think it really worked, in particular with the Christian Roldan deal today, where we had literally almost an hour of running around trying to put together the right deal at the right value at the right spot with the right team. And again, I think we got a good outcome on it. So hopefully that bodes well for the future.
Cool. And then lastly, Sounders supporters are very excited for you to be with the club. I mean, do you have a message for them, something that you can kind of pass on that you're, thinking and what they should know from you?
Well, it's really cool if they're looking forward to seeing me. I hope they are. I look forward to meeting them. It's a really exciting thing for me to come join Sounders when you have this understanding that it's not just a club. It's not just a 7-year tradition we had 10-year tradition we had at RSL. It's a 40-year thing, and it's not just fans of a club, but it's the community supporting the club, and it's a generation worth of fans that have maybe coming out to watch a club that their dad or their mom went out to watch them with when they were kids. So that's a really neat thing. It's unique to Sounders, and I really look forward to meeting those folks. And some of those folks, I probably don't want to meet them all at once, but from what I understand, the Alliance Council is like 40 people. That's probably a good chunk for 40 on one to start. So hopefully they. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a cool thing, and hope to have a really good conversation with those guys and get their support for not just what we're doing right now, but what we're going to do long term in terms of vertically integrating the organization and how we're going to lay the foundation for long term success like we did at RSL.
Cool. And how do you like the Rave Green on you?
My wife likes it a little bit better than the Reds, so I think that's the only vote that matters to me. And it's cool. It's cool to be in Seattle. It'll be even better when my family's settled there and we got a house and all that. But hopefully that's coming soon. And just happy that got the first week under my belt, and we got some players now, and it's a really good team. And look forward to continuing to work with everybody and trying to make everybody just a little bit better, because there's a lot of good here. There's awesome fans here, and hopefully we get everybody on the same page and march forward, and maybe we can even take this thing over the top and win the whole thing.